All right. We got Tennessee Mike and Jerry, J-Rod, Bruce, Psycho Fu, Todd is here, Blue Shirt, Stuart Campbell, Chris from the Watch Lounge, J Friend Jay, Bobby Legs is here, Wilson is here. All right. We got a bunch of people in here. So I opened this up. Usually I try to save packages to open up, for unboxing videos, but honestly don't. I think this might be Clockwork Republic. I don't remember what this one is. Oh yeah, this is a fitted. I know I'm not waiting for people to chime in to do the unboxing. I don't know if this is vulcanized rubber or FKM. I can never tell the difference between the two, but this is a guy that Clockwork Republic shared with me. I don't know if I'll be able to do this on the live, but I'm going to do a full video on it eventually. But Kendall's checking in. Let's see who else is here. 9 p.m. already, yeah. Designs here. Yeah, I know, it's Monday. Wow, these are packaged tight. So these are, let's see if I can open this up. Maybe. I hate packaging like this. Oh, it's definitely on the other side. Why can I not tell what side it's on? This is super sticky stuff. This stuff is crazy. I don't know what this stuff is, but I do not like it. I just want those end links out of there. Going Neanderthal. So, this is for the SKX. If I can get it out of there. Wow. Okay. I must have to take an intermission here. So, a regular baggie would have worked just fine. I'm just saying. You guys know I cannot stand packaging like this. So, I hope the product is very good. I suspect it is, but it's kind of sharp. Wow. This thing is kicking my butt. It's also harder to do a lot of this stuff with the camera in front of you. You can't see what you're doing. So, wow, those links are actually kind of sharp. So, what these do is it goes like this. I'm excited to try this. I think there's two different kinds of spring bars. Not sure which one's going to work the best. Okay, this one, it's labeled. See? That one's going to work best for SKX. Hey, Craig is here. Look, I say put it in a baggie, and then I struggle with the baggie too. So, I'm excited to try this out on an SKX. Because I see a couple of watches do this, where they have like the fitted end link, and then they go into the rubber strap, and I love that look. So I'm excited to try this out on an SKX. I do happen to have an SKX right here. I don't know if I'll be able to do this on camera, but I can probably put the strap on here, just not. Yeah, Craig, the Pelagos does that, and that's like one of the things I love about the Pelagos is the extra really nice high quality strap and the way it fits. I think there's a couple other ones that do that too. Well, I got too much stuff in the way. I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to be able to show me doing it on camera. I do have to admit too, the strap mill Canada spring bar tool is it's really growing on me. And you guys know I'm a big fan of the Bob Labs one, but the control, I mean, that's what I liked about the Bob Labs, is I had the control because of the larger diameter plus these rubber O-rings on there. But the traction on this thing with the diameter is perfect. This strap is Clockwork Republic, and I'll do a full video on it. I'm just kind of screwing around now while we're on the live stream, so I'm not even sure if he's launched yet, so I'm not 100% sure if he's up and running yet or not. But he reached out to me, I think, on Instagram. I can't remember. And you know, I get contacted by a ton of companies, and as soon as I realized what he was trying to accomplish here, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to see that, because it's very cool indeed. Now, if I can just get it installed. Okay, I got one end installed. It is promising, very promising. That fork on that Strap Mill Canada tool is a boss. I'm able to grab spring bars blindly with this thing, guys. It's either luck or skill. So I'm not sure what's better to have, luck or skill. Let's see here. Pop that in over there. Pop that in there. Let's get this off. Could do without all the sticky stuff. Now, granted, this is on a 009, so I mean, if it was color matched or something, it would be better. But dang, I'm digging that look. I'm really digging that look, and the fit is tight, very tight. That's a home run right there. That is a home run. Hey, wrist check. I was wearing the Bling Master all day today, and I just got this Damasco DA 37, I think that's what it is, with the orange seconds hand, and I was wearing it, and I couldn't get the strap dialed in. Too tight, too loose. And this morning or last night, I can't remember, I came downstairs and tried on the Bling Master, and I was like, yeah, it's perfect. All right, let's put this SKX on. Holy crap. Guys, this Clockwork strap with the fitted end links, wow, that is awesome. I want this on all my strap. This is how I want. Oh man, that is so much better than just doing a regular, strap on the thing. I don't know. It just fits better to it. It looks more premium. That looks really good. It's Clockwork Republic, CWR, Clockwork Republic. Now, I'm not sure if he's up and running or not yet, guys, but yeah, huge thumbs up. Like, seriously, if he's up and running where you could buy these right now, go do it. Just go buy them. I'm telling you. The thing fits perfect. It feels great on wrist. That's a home run right there. That is a home run. Wow. I am sold. I am sold on that. I am very happy with that. It's hard. You guys know how it is, man, these days. Sometimes there's so many watch products out there, or so many watches. They can't all be home runs. Some of them, there's a level of compromise. I don't feel like this is a compromise, man. This is an elevation of the product. You know what? Tennessee Mike says 60. I have not looked at all. I have not looked at all. So Escapement Watch is asking if there's one for the MM200. I don't know, but I mean, really, so here's the beauty of it. The straps are all going to be the same, right? especially if you're dealing with, well, even if you're dealing with, well, you'd have the 22 and then the 20s. So this is a 22. So once you have the strap, boom, now you can have a stockpile of these straps, and then you just need to have different fitted end links, which I'm sure is expensive to get sorted out. But yeah, I mean, this on a Willard, this on a MM200, I mean, any Seiko diver, right? This combination, yes, do it. All right, let's see. What is the brown strap? I got a couple of brown straps. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. There's an Oris back here. This is a 42 millimeter Diver 65, and then this is the Breitling Mask of Zorro top time chronograph back there. Samurai would be, oh man, this setup on a Samurai would be awesome. I don't know if he has the end links for all that stuff, guys. I literally just opened this package and threw it on the watch and showed it to you guys just now. So I have no idea what other models he has, if he has other colored straps or what. But Tennessee Mike said they're like $60 for this one. That's a no-brainer. I would easily pay $60 for that. Let's see, Not So Obvious says kind of has a P01 look. Yeah, it does kind of extend out those lugs a little bit. Plus they fit the Islanders. I don't know. I have no idea. I know there's some things that fit and some things that don't fit. So, yes. Who asked that? Let me see. Bree, yeah. This is the 41 millimeter white dial with the orange seconds hand Tag Heuer Aqua Racer quartz. Obviously, you can see it ticking away. I mean, talk about white dial too. This is about the closest. Let me show you next to the Seamaster. I mean, the Visitor is really white too, but I mean, look how white that is. I mean, it's really white. It is a very stark white dial. So, very cool, fun watch for sure. Wore the Seamaster the other day. I'll be wearing that some more because I need to do the video on this soon. So, I've not done the video on that watch, by itself yet. Yeah, the Seamaster's awesome. Craig, I don't know if I think the Tag Heuer, oh wait, yes. They have the automatic caliber 5, I think, in the white dial 43 millimeter. I don't think they do quartz, but I think they have the automatic in the white dial. I might cool it on the white dial stuff, though. I have one more coming in. Any recommendations for a Hulk on a budget? There's a lot of green watches out there. It seems like they're coming out in hordes now. I mean, there's a bunch of really good Seiko green dial ones out there. There's Squale. There's other homage out there too. You just have to find what budget you're in and which one looks the nicest to you, and go for it. Bobby Legs says the green Sumo would be a really good option. Mr. Cassioke says the new Citizen looks really nice. I agree. J-Friend, thoughts on bronze cases? If you like the look and you were down for the patina and stuff like that, then bronze is awesome. Let's see. Mike asked, "Did I see the new brown dial Alpinist?" I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I can't keep up. Craig is saying, yeah, I mean, depending on your budget, but the Oris Aquas, 100%, I would be down for the Aquas as a green dial watch because it's its own design and everything too. Seiko is still a good watchmaker. Yeah, absolutely. Seiko is awesome still. Ever handle an assembled USA Briller? No, I have not, Jersey. Nefarian, I have the Green Islander. It is very green like the Hulk. That's good to know. Thanks, Nefarian, for the input. Escapement and Watch has the brown Alpinist in front of him, so watch for his video soon. I probably will not have the video of the brown Alpinist unless somebody loans it in. So, yeah, here's the Seamaster for anybody that wanted to see it. Oh, yeah, Floyd, I can show you the... let me move this Formax off to the side. Keep it just in screen here. Let's move... Let's bring the Zodiac up front. And here it is. When you do the live, this is only like 720p or something, so it's not going to be super clear, but that dial is just awesome. I'm going to do some outside video of this too. Maybe even tomorrow I'll get some recordings because it should be nice and sunny out. But the dial streaks on this thing are just phenomenal, the way they did the dial. I can't really do any close-ups or anything for you, but it is very pretty indeed. Here, I can pop it on wrist. And I haven't tried on the yellow strap yet to tie in with the hands. I don't know if that would be too much, really. I don't know if that ends up being a little too bold. No, I don't know. That'd be pretty fun. That'd be pretty cool, I guess. But it comes with both straps, so. Yeah, this watch sold out. I don't want to say it sold out really quick because, like, I was able to like think about it, look at it. I showed a picture of it to my wife, and that's what really sold me on it. Honestly, I showed the wife the picture of the dial, and she did the same thing I did. We were like, wow, like that dial is just wow. Plus, like lime green is her favorite color, so this thing has a pop of lime green on it too. So very, very cool, fun watch. And I've heard a couple people say they don't really care for the handset. I love the handset on this thing. I don't know that I would love it without the pop of color though. The minute hand has to have the pop of color. But super good watch. Limited, 82 pieces. Very cool. Let's see. Yeah, this watch would be a strap monster for, blue straps or black straps or yellow straps or whatever color you want to do, multi-tone. What is super straight male says, what time is it? I have no idea. If I had one watch, I'd be able to tell you what time it is, but I have too many watches. I have no idea. Let's see. Man, I am blown away at that. That is such a good look. I'm going to have to reach out to him and maybe get some more and see what else he's planning on doing. Man, I would tell you what, I don't do this very often, but I would invest in this company. That's how good this is. This is a gold mine right here. Let's see. Jared says his Christopher Ward C65 super compressor arrived today. That watch is phenomenal. I love what they did with that model. Longhammer says his Trosca Freediver showed up. I have a new Trosca that just showed up too, so I'll be doing an unboxing on the new Trosca I have in. Nefarian says his dad's SWC bunker came in today, and he says it wears big. Yeah, that's just because that larger dial. I don't know what your wrist size is, Nefarian, but I guess it could present a little bit big if you have I mean 7¼ inch wrist. I think it wears fine for me, but yeah, the dial's larger on it. Oh, good question. So here we go. Rob, nice watch, Damasco. Would you know the difference between their in-house movement and just the SI watches? So the SI movement is still an in-house movement. So this is an SI here. What is it? The A35, I think they call it. So essentially what you have here is it's a free sprung balance and silicon escapement, okay? That is the big difference. Whereas the newer in-house movement, I forget what it's called, like an A26 or something like that. I can't remember if it's free sprung. It might still be free sprung, but I don't think it has the silicon escapement, and it's going to have a lot of parts that are interchangeable with the ETA 2824. Whereas this movement is a little bit more of their own architecture inside. Quite a bit of their own architecture inside, to be honest with you. Especially the bridge plates and like all of that stuff. This is like much more their own design in a higher level of anti-magnetism and just precision and all that stuff. Not that the A26 movement's not going to be really good. It definitely is, but their SIs were like the yeah, Mr. Casio. The SI it's VTEC, so it's souped up. It's sport injected. Jordan says he picked up his first Zelos today, the Frost Black Tip. Why did they wait so long? I think that's what a lot of people say. I will warn you on this. Not really a warning, but a heads up. Check your screws on your watch. Check your pins on your watch. Like this one has a bunch of messed up screws. This was a tour watch and it got beat up a little bit. You know, you might want to pull all the screws out of your Zelos and treat them with some thread locker of sorts, and just keep an eye on it. I mean, it's still a micro brand. You know, there's sometimes you can have quality control issues. So yeah, Nefari, and even Oris screws fall out sometimes. Yeah, that issue with the, I think it was Nefarian that had that issue where the, I don't have one here, but on the Aquas, it's actually small screws with a bar going through it that hold the bracelet to the watch head, and I think one of those screws came out or something. So he was able to find it, and they have specialized screws. So Casper says he uses some of his wife's clear nail polish. That's genius. You don't even have to go buy any. Probably just go to your wife's cabinet and start messing around with her nail polish. She's going to go like, what the heck are you doing? Don't worry about it. I just need some of your clear polish. Escapement watch. You know what? I don't know if there's an embargo on this. I don't know if I'm supposed to show this or not. I've looked over on their website and this isn't on there yet, but this is the Horizons 43 millimeter. So I think this would be like the third, if I'm not mistaken, the third, maybe the fourth version, not generation, but version of the Horizons, because there was a 39, there was a GMT, and then there's this 43. So I just got this in not too long ago. I need to do the video on it, and then this will also be a tour watch. So awesome watch, fits really good. I just sized it up last night or this morning, but check that out. Like for me, I mean, this is, I think 43 by like 50. This wears really good. And I love the dial layout. Of course, it has like the faux patina or whatever you want to call it. Not quite as brown as the Mako here, but it definitely has the faux-ness to it. This one went like full coffee brown, whereas this one's just like kind of faux patina. But size-wise, I mean, here it is next to the Seamaster. It's very close in size. A little bit longer lug to lug, maybe. Or if that's just an illusion because of the end lengths. I think Dane said, or no, Craig said, just the watch. Dave did a vid on the red dial Zelos Horizons 43. So, yep. I heard it measures 42. Well, let's see. We're zeroed out, kind of within 0.1. We're definitely at 43. We were at 43. We are at 43. We are at 43. If you want to catch 42, there's 40, almost 41 at the bezel. I don't see where you would catch 42 on this. It is definitely 43. Oh yeah, Casper, good point. Elshin is all over the place. He's got small watches, he's got large watches, he's got everything in between. He's all over the place. What is the difference between faux patina and gilt? Example, Tudor black. Okay, so I think when people are talking about gilt, they're mostly talking about the gold or gold-ish colored, like around the hands or what the hands are, and then the indices are surrounded in. And then the faux patina, or I don't know what you would call it, is usually for the printing or the loom printing. So gilt would be, because you could do one without the other. So you could do gilt with white, but gilt usually works better with warm tones. So that's why, like, you're going to see this Oris, you're going to see the gilt indices and hands with the warm patina versus, you know, like BGW9, you know, white or something like that. Same thing with this guy here. See, now you can go faux patina, but with polished, which this one has, and you could do the faux without the gilt. But I feel like you can't do the gold or gilt without doing the faux at some level. Otherwise, I can't even think of a single watch that actually has done it. I'd have to see it, but I'm guessing it wouldn't look warm, so it wouldn't match very good. Oh, so maybe the question, I was misreading it. Not so obvious says he thinks maybe the people get funny about Faux. I don't know. So some people don't like it. Some people do like it. Maybe people don't like white dial watches. Maybe everyone's got to have their own opinion, and that's fine. But I think more people should probably just adopt the method of, if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all, and move on, because there's like a million watches. So let's see. Young XLNC gilt with black line plots would be interesting. Yeah, I would like to see that too. So a lot of that stuff, unfortunately, a lot of that stuff you can actually even create renderings of it and get a decent idea what it looks like. But until you actually do it, you don't fully know what it's going to look like. You guys have seen that many times, I'm sure, when you look at pictures on the internet or in catalog or whatever, and you might look at the picture and go like, not very impressive. And then at some point, you'll see a video or you'll actually see it in the metal, a watch that you've earlier dismissed based on a rendering or a stock photo, but then when you actually see it, you're like blown away because it looks amazing in reality. Hey, Jeff McMahon is here. Any thoughts on the Seiko Presage Sharp Edge GMT 42mm coming out this summer? Jeff, I have not even looked at that one. Ray asked, Rob, do you own a pocket watch? I think I do have some pocket watches. I don't know if they work or not. I don't like use them or anything, but I think there's some floating around. Do you have any favorite GMTs in the collection? The only GMT I have right now, is this correct? I have to look around to make sure I'm actually not missing something, but I do have the Glycine Airman GL0067, I think it is. And I'm digging this watch. This watch is very unique case. It's, display case back, so that's kind of fun. And it's just fun. So I do have that. That's the only GMT I have. I really don't have a need for a GMT. But I did just record, I don't think I posted the video yet. I did record a video of the Mito GMT, and that actually has a jump hand on it. So I forget the name of the movement. It's called the ETA C07.661. So we're going to see more of these jump hour hand movements in some Swiss watch brands, or Swatch watch brands. Felix, the Glycine is pretty testonery. What? I think I know what you mean. And I started to kind of understand that when I was wearing it more. It almost, not that I've had a ton of experience with Panerai, but for some reason, when I wore this watch for like 4 days straight, I felt like it was, I was bonding with it at like that level, like where it was just like, it felt really good. Let's see, J-Rod, any GMT G-Shocks? Yeah, I think, don't most of these G-Shocks have 2 time zones? I don't know. Some of them do. Heck, I don't know. I usually don't track 2 time zones. Jeffrey says he wishes in one hand and hopes in the other. Jeff, you spend more money on silly Seikos. The Glycine is worth it. I know you're like, you want one of these. I can tell, like a 42 or a 44. You could wear either. If you want, I need the video of this. I probably could send this to you, and you could check it out a little bit and see if the 42 is going to work for you, or if you need to upsize to the 44. But even if you got to pay $500, $600, $700, $800 for one of these, it's not that big of a deal. But you got to remember, we're addicted to watches. So to spend, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, somebody asked how much and everything like that. These Seamasters retail price is $5,200. I don't know that there's a ton of people that pay $5,200 for these, but who was I just talking to? Oh shoot, I talked to so many people. I forget who I was talking to, but somebody just picked up the black dial one of these from Exquisite Watches, and I think he paid like $4,200 for the black dial one. That's a good deal, So expect to pay somewhere between $4,400 for one of these Seamasters. Is it worth it? Yeah. I think it's hard to beat that for that price. You can pick up one of these Breitling for like 3,000 ish, 3,200 or something like that. I think these retail for 4 ish or something. I should know these numbers, but I don't. The issue I have, and I don't know if a lot of you guys have it too, but typically when I buy a watch, when I buy a more expensive watch, I know exactly how much I paid for that. But when I buy a watch, I tend to kind of forget. After I buy it, I tend to forget what I even paid for it. Like I just bought this Damasco not that long ago, and I honestly don't remember what I paid for it. I'm trying to think of what else I bought recently, but this Glycine. I just bought this not that long ago. Jeff, seriously, I cannot tell you what I paid for this. I know it was more than $400, but I don't remember what I paid for it. Mark said he picked up the same Breitling, and Saltzman's gave him a good deal. If you can get a hold of Richard at Saltzman's and tell him I sent you, or anybody over there really, but yeah. So Kevin points out, if you get bored, go search up how much Glycine Airmen are going for right now. All different variants, and there's like 1,000 different variants, I swear, between sizes, models, purist. They do, just a 12-hour with a dual bezel. They do the 24. They do a ton of different combinations, and they are all like just climbing in price. Sands of Time says, when will you get a Doxa Yellow? I'm not going to buy one, but I have access to one, Sands of Time. I'll probably actually video it this weekend. I'm going to take a little trip this weekend, so I'll be videoing a yellow Doxa 300, and it'll probably be for sale. So Wilson asked, do I own a Marathon G-Star? No, I don't. I've checked them out, though. They're awesome and very good watch indeed. Craig is selling his yellow Doxa 300, but not until I video it first. Let's see. Sultan says, hey, you had reviewed Monta Noble before, but I see you didn't have one for yourself. Is it not that good to own any of those? I don't own all these watches, guys. I don't know even if I made a video explaining where I get all these watches and how I do them. Kevin, yes, I have seen the new top time release for Breitling. I don't know how to say that. Lee or something, limited edition. It's kind of like a motorcycle one. It has all that pop of orange on it. It looks amazing. So yeah, this is what they call a Mask of Zorro. And this one's awesome looking. And then that other one, the new one they just put out, is awesome looking too. And you can pick these up for, I think what retail on them is like $4,900. You should probably pick them up for like $46. I don't know, that new one might be a hot mover. I don't know if there's going to be any discounts on it, but very good looking watch. Very tempted by that. That thing wears great. But yeah, bottom line is I get asked that all the time. Where do you get all these watches? How do you afford all these watches? I don't. Yes, I do buy a lot of expensive watches, and if I had a budget on watches, it would probably be close to $1,000 a month, is what I probably pay. But you got to realize some of that rolls over. So it's like a game too. My game is slowed down, but you can buy. So you could like buy this and buy this Porter G-Shock, and you can buy these, own them, and then flip them. And pay a small flipper tax on it, right? The rental fee or whatever you want to call it. You might lose a little bit of money on it, but I was able to check it out, experience it. In some cases, depending on what you're buying, how you're buying it, you might even be able to break even or possibly make a couple bucks. I usually don't. I'm just not interested in doing that. But yeah, or Chaz, it's like renting it. You get a moment in time with it, and then you move on. I'm not flipping as much as I used to. That is for sure. But I'm also not buying as much as I used to. I think Craig asked what I'm drinking. I have a little bit of Hornitos Añejo. And it's delicious. Let's see, Rob, I'm leaning towards Omega Planet Ocean 39mm over Seamaster. What do you think? I haven't played around with the Planet Oceans very much, but I really like the Seamaster. MTB Mike says Clockwork Republic. Been wearing my SKX on one for a couple of weeks and love it. That's awesome. Good to hear that report. Chaz says he can count on one he can count on one finger the number of watches he's sold for profit. I'm guessing that is one. And the profit was probably small anyway. Let's see. What is your preferred way to flip? eBay or dealers? I can't remember. Actually, I don't know if I've ever sold a watch on eBay. I'm fairly certain I've never sold a watch on eBay. I'm not 100% sure if I can back up that statement, but I'm fairly certain. I've done it on Facebook groups. I'm probably the wrong guy to ask. I have such a large audience. I usually sell them. I used to sell them on like my Sunday Fun Day videos, just through the channel. You know, I can sell them on Discord, even though I don't know that too many people. Well, I guess that's not true. If you put, I've preached this, right? Like I'm trying to sell my Zimby Monster right now, 750, 650, but my audience for it is small. So it's a gold watch. You know, it's a limited edition and everything like that, but I have to hit the right target audience. So I have to list it in the correct spot. So you gotta have the right watch with the right price and you'll sell it. Not So Obvious Watches says, I'm running at making a profit on 3 out of 3 watches sold. Like I said earlier, better to be lucky than good. It's got to be the right watch, the right time, the right buyer and seller scenario, and it certainly can happen. I'm trying to do better at it myself, but I'm 100% not afraid to lose money. Like, for example, the Zimby Monster, I'm going to sell it, right? I'm committed to selling it at this point. So I almost don't really care what it sells for. I honestly don't remember what I paid for it, but I want to use those monies to pick up the Hamilton Intramatic Panda. So as soon as that arrives, I need to pay Mimo for it. So that's part of that budget. I need that money. So Bobby Leg with a what is this? Talking on the far end. I love White Castle. We're talking mini cheeseburgers here. Steven asked, have I seen the new titanium white dialed Seiko diver? I'm assuming that is the Shogun, right? I was very, very close to picking that watch up from, I think, Noman. What did I bought some other stuff instead. I can't remember what I bought. I think I picked up this Porter G-Shock. I definitely bought the Damasco. Kevin says he's never sold a watch. There's a ton of you guys that have never sold a watch. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I can buy a Seiko right now. There's something stopping me from buying a Seiko because I think ultimately I know I'm just going to sell it. And I don't want to pay the flipper tax on a Seiko anymore. And Craig, have I seen the new mechanical Hamilton Intramatic? Well, it's not an Intramatic. The mechanical chrono, yes. Yes, I have. I have not actually held it. As soon as Mimo gets them in, I'll definitely check it out, and I'll hopefully have my automatic one to compare them because they're slightly different, and that's pretty cool. They didn't just do a full 1-to-1, so. Randy is asking, good question. Do I prefer the Willard or 62 MAS case design? I prefer the Willard on wrist, 100%. And I think anyone that has owned the Willard and the 62 MAS, I think you're going to find more people that will agree with me that the Willard feels better on wrist. Let's see. Rob, do you think the limited edition Citizen Green dial Suno will go up in price. I would say no. I really don't think it will. At the best, I think it'll hold value. I don't think it'll really go up in value. Let's see. Casper says the Citizen Series 8. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Agreed, Willard is better. Yeah, Jeffrey 100% agrees. The Willard is extremely comfortable on wrist. That's probably one of the more drawn to watches of Seiko that that's appealing to me is the green Willard. And eventually, I mean, I haven't committed to Mimo. I mentioned it to I was asking him if he was getting some in. I said I was maybe thinking about it, and he's like, "Well, do you want me to order one in?" And I couldn't commit to it. I couldn't just say yes, because if I tell him yes, bring it in, then when you do that to a dealer, you have to understand you're committed to buying that. Like if you back out of that, yes, they're going to be fine. They'll sell it to somebody else, but they brought it in for you. It's a dick move to not commit to it and buy it. So if you tell somebody that, you've committed to it. That's your watch. You need to own up to it and buy it. Let's see. Dennis says, do you plan on having a small settled collection and buy, wear, and sell the rest? Kind of, and I'll share. I'm waiting on the Hamilton to come in. As soon as that comes in, then I will have a fairly small settled collection, probably like 10 watches that I'll share with you guys, and for the reasons I have them. And then I have quite a few G-Shock that don't meet the they get a full pass. So like, and I know I shouldn't, like, because like I count this one and I count the titanium because they're cool and I like them, but like I kind of don't count this Porter. I don't know if I'll keep it or not, but I really like it, but I'll find myself probably not wearing it, so there's a good chance I might flip it. And yeah, G-Shocks don't count, but sometimes they do. Like the plastic ones definitely don't count, but when you get into the metal ones and you get into the expensive, like I think I paid like $500 for this thing, which was, I overpaid for it, but I don't know. It's super cool. I'll probably keep it. It's super cool. Let's see. Nick says he wishes that Breitling did a 40 millimeter. I think this Breitling's 40 millimeter. Or do you mean the divers? It's like 41. I'll tell you something about the Breitlings, though. You're going to see this right away. And I think I've shown this. These are both 42 millimeter watches. In the Breitling easily wears 1 or 2 millimeter smaller on the wrist. So if you think you want a 40 millimeter watch, I'm telling you, go to a Breitling AD and try on the 42. I dare you to go try on the 42 millimeter if the 40 is your sweet spot. Because I could wear the 44 in the Breitling all day long and it would feel perfect. But they don't have the white dial one, and I really love this white dial one, so I bought the 42. So, but it wears smaller. And this might come as a shock, but there's many times where I'll come down to the room and I'll pick a watch to wear, and the Breitling edges out the Omega to wear. I don't know why. I love them both, and I'm keeping them both, but there's a lot of times the Breitling ends up on wrist when the Omega had a shot, and the Breitling ends up on wrist. I don't know why, but it's crazy comfortable. It's got a little bit of funk to it. I think I'm just a Breitling guy as part of it. J-Rod, is there a small watch that wears big? Yeah, non-diver watches usually do. Because even, like, I would never go with a watch this size. With what I wear now, I would never go with this. But because there's no diver bezel and it's a white dial, it seems to wear bigger than it really is. So I think that would have to be the scenario. Usually, like, pilot watches will wear bigger. They look bigger and wear bigger than they are a lot of times. Yeah, I'm really digging this Damasco. I ordered, I don't know if and when it's ever going to show up. I found on eBay kind of like a gunmetal colored shark mesh strap, and I ordered it up. And I'm hoping when it comes in, I'm hoping that it matches or is, even if it's remotely close to this color of this ice hardened steel, then I'll wear it on that mesh. But otherwise, it's just going to end up on strap. But I love this colorway. It just, I have to get the strap broken in and everything. Let's see. Broke Watch Fanatic says, Rob, you definitely need to get yourself a Willard. Well, I have the steel dive, and I like that. So maybe this year, we'll see. Maybe this year I'll pick up the green dialed Willard. I don't want to pay $1,000 for it. So I have to find a killer deal on it. So if you have a Willard and it's green dial and it's in good shape and you want to sell it, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to wait for Mimo to just randomly get one. Bree wants to check out the Formax. Casper, thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Formax lineup. I still haven't seen the 39 millimeter. There's a ton of other metals or Formax out there with different metals, and this is the I think it's forged carbon. It's super lightweight. They have a really nice strap for it. It's almost fitted to the case. Curved spring bar. Has a suspension system. Their fold over clasp for this is awesome. It has a quick adjust on it for adding length to it. It just jumps. Like you just push that in and it moves. They're very innovative. And they use COSC grade movements in them. So this watch I'm actually sending over to Dane at Celine Driver. So he'll be getting this one soon. It winds a little weird, but I think that's just the case construction and everything. There it goes. Kind of like a battleship gray or putty gray dial on this one. Killer watch. Art, I'm not sure if they sell just their straps or clasp. Maybe if you reach out to them, maybe they would. That would be really cool if they did, because it's pretty fantastic. I dig it. Here, let me pop it on wrist. I think it's sized for my wrist. Put it on wrist and check it out. Yeah. I mean, that's crazy comfortable. And it's really light. Kevin thinks that Mark at Long Island Watch sells the clasp. Interesting. That would be pretty cool if he did. I mean, it adds a little bit of thickness to it, but it keeps everything kind of tucked up and clean too. So, but yeah, I got to send that over to Dane. He'll do a video on it, and then probably send it over to a couple other channels as well. Let's see. Oh, Floyd, is the Formax suspension system noticeable when wearing the watch? Seems like a gimmick. No, I don't notice it at all. You'd have to do some extreme. He's referring to this. So like the case, there's an outer case, and then there's the inner main case, and it's on like 4 posts with springs in them. So it does that. So I don't know at what, like you'd have to go, like I can get it to lift if I do that. But like when do you ever do that with your wrist? So I don't know in what scenario that suspension system would come into play, unless it's doing it at like a very small level all the time. Nefarian says one day those springs are going to wear out. Yeah, I mean maybe, but I really don't think they're moving that much. Only Design says only if you're Spider-Man and then you shoot your web. More of a fidget spinner. It's cool tech. I mean, they have a bunch of other cool tech they do too. It's cool to see them innovating. Broke Watch Fanatic. Do companies underrate their power reserves? I think typically they do, but not by much. like maybe 5%, maybe. And that's like a variable. And I think that's why they do it that way, because there might be a watch out there that is at spec. Let's see. Al says, any update thoughts on the new blue tuna you recently acquired? Yeah, I do have an update on that. I sold it. I sold it to my buddy Homer, and he loves it. He's been wearing it on like every strap he has laying around. He discovered that the tuna is a strap monster. This is his first go with a Seiko tuna, and he's rocking it like awesome. So, what's the best watch for small kids? Like I would do like a Casio F91, something like that, or in that lineup. Even if you wanted to spend more money, they have like more expensive looking F91s. I forget what they're called, but any of those smaller Casio digital ones, unless you want to get a kid into an analog clock, then you're going to want to probably go, I don't know, like a Timex maybe or something. I don't know what to do for. Yeah, you could do a baby G, but some of those baby Gs are a little weird to me when they come to setting them and everything. They're just kind of funky. I think G-Shock should do a much better job with the baby G series, because it's a missed opportunity. I think people would buy them for their kids a lot more. Yeah, Nefarian, I would say, Ironman or Indigo Expedition, but you got to go with the smaller one. AZ Clayton, yeah, go with a Swatch. There's a bunch of Swatches out there that they would probably love to wear. Let's see. Oh my God. Marked for Time says, between Random Rob and Bruce, there is a pathway of flipped carnage miles long. You got that right. I used to do that with cars too. I used to see cars posted up on different forums or even locally or something like that, of old cars that I've sold and everything like that. And I slowly start to see it with watches too. I can't keep track of I can't even keep track of what I have in right now, let alone what I've sold. Somebody asked about the strap on this. This is a limited edition Porter G-Shock, and it has the factory Casio G-Shock adapters. And then I'm not sure what the width is on these. Like, man, I don't know if that's 20 or if that's like a weird size, like 20 and a. Yeah, you might be able to use a 20 in there. It's like a 20 and a half though. It's kind of weird. So, but I'm sure a 20 millimeter strap would probably fit in there. So I'm sure you could take those the spring bars out, take these out, and you could maybe do like a NATO strap. They're definitely different than the resin one. Like I have a resin one. I don't feel like going to grab it, but it's a cool watch, and I'm sure you can get those adapters maybe separately. These are the adapters to get though. If you have an SKX, seriously, without even doing my review, go check out Clockwork Republic. If he sells them, go buy it. Totally worth it. I'll see if I can post up a discount link or something if he'll give me one. But yeah, that's a home run. Easily a home run. This was all talked about, and I put it on at the very beginning of the video in case you tuned in later. It's either vulcanized rubber or FKM, but I don't care either way. They're basically the same. It's either man-made or real rubber. But check out that look, man. That is just killer. Like I might have to wear the SK. I haven't worn the SKX in a long, long, long time. This makes me want to wear it. That is awesome. What about the lug to lug? It did not extend the lug to lug because if you look at it, it didn't extend it. So it's still the same lug to lug. I think that's one of the best parts about it. Now the strap already has a natural curve to it, so whether larger wrist or smaller wrist, it's going to have that natural curve to it to help you get that wrap around your wrist. But it didn't extend the lug to lug at all. It's freaking great. I love it. Yeah, you know what? maybe it does make it wear a little bit bigger. And that's where I was kind of like in the Willard. I think the Willard just hugged the wrist better. And this strap with these end links, this feels like it doesn't feel like it wants to flop around like it does on the Jubilee, which is charming. I get it, but sometimes you just want your watch to like be where it's supposed to be and not have to fiddle with it. I feel like that's what this is going to do. I'm really digging the look. Let's see. So Craig says just available SKX and Seiko 5 models. Does it smell of vanilla? No, it's not. It's not Italian rubber. It's either vulcanized rubber or FKM. I think it's FKM. Let's see. New Uncle Seiko family, CWR. Todd says, I want that for my Mata SKX, but need PVD end links and hardware. Well, he'll get there when the demand is there. I mean, I think it's early on in the game, so once he gets up and rolling and starts selling and everything like that, it'll get there. There'll be more products for sure. And I'm sure somebody else is going to probably pick it up too. He's probably not going to be the only one in the game. There'll be other people doing it, but I tend to try to stick with, you know, who did it first or something and who did it good up front. And also, I mean, really, I didn't look at the prices, but Tennessee Mike said they were like $60. I think that's reasonable. That's more than reasonable. Michael says, Rob, did you give up on the thought of a second camera view? Right now, a second overhead camera view would be awesome. I guess I haven't given up on it. I just haven't given any effort into it. I don't know how I would manage it. Certainly, like right now, this is all done on an iPhone. So, Doug, you're just chiming in. This new strap with these fitted end links is by a company called Clockwork Republic. Right there. Clockwork Republic. And I have not done a review on it or anything, but my first impression on it is it's awesome. So anyway, right now I'm doing this live stream on my... Oh yeah, Craig, the strap code offers the mesh bracelets with the turtles with fitted solid end links. That's awesome too. I definitely want to check that out. But this is all done on my iPhone, and it's just sitting here with a mic plugged into it, and it's directed this way. I don't know how I would... You know, YouTube direct live streams don't have the ability to link two iPhones. Like, I'd have to do more like what Bruce does, where he has the Streamlabs, which I could do. You know, I could do that. I would just have to. I don't know how I would do it. I'd have to have like a camera linked to the computer, and then I had to have one camera facing this way for this view, and then another facing down. Like it, I could do it logistically. I could do it. I'm not going to do it right now. It's not a priority because what I do right now kind of works. So eventually, you know, there might be changes in this channel, but you got to remember, guys, this is straight up a hobby for me right now. Like, for me to invest even more time and money and energy into it is just not a priority. You know, springtime's coming, so it would mean less tequila time, which I'm out of right now. But springtime's coming around, so for like my day job's gonna get crazy busy, and hopefully more activities and stuff like that. So, what is the watch behind the Porter laying flat? This is the Oris Diver 65 in the 40 millimeter with the blue dial. Oris sent over this watch and the 42 millimeter, so I will be doing a video on both these watches as soon as I can. Maybe this week. I'm crazy far behind. I still have to do the Oris videos, the Porter, the Damasco, the Glycine, the, what is this one? The Solstice. I have to do these straps. I have to do the Zodiac. I have to do the Tag, the Breitling, the Zelos. I have a ton of videos to do. Let's see. Less ruckus time, yep. Looks like some people are getting deleted. Wow, what happened there? Yeah, I have a ton of videos to do and not enough time to do them. It's always playing a catch-up game. All right, guys, we're past an hour now. Is there any last-minute questions, comments, concerns? I didn't even get to play. Let's see. Doug says, hey, by the way, I'm the guy that wrote you about putting the photo of the watch you were looking for on the wallpaper. Was talking to my rep the other day. She reiterated that was the reason I got it. That's awesome. Art's taken off. Thank you. The Rolex. Yeah, you picked up the Rolex. Let's see. Any 100-meter field watch is good for fishing. Yeah. Let's see. Looking forward to the Oris reviews. I will get those done soon. Elray, do I like any smartwatches? The Apple Watch is the king of smartwatches. So if I were going to do a smartwatch, it would 100% be the Apple Watch. Yeah, I didn't even get to play my game. Listen, next week, Monday, I'm on call. So if I can get rid of my call, I'll do a live stream. If I can't get rid of my call, I'll end up probably not doing a live stream. So I'd like to play the game again. I did this before. So next week, I'll have a different array of watches. And we'll do the pick 3 thing, and I'll try to show 3 or something like that. Like which 3 would you own? So stuff like that. We'll mix it up a little bit on the live stream. Try to keep it fresh. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And I'll kill the lights because there are some Loom watches on the table here. Boom. There is some Loom out there for you. That Damasco with a full dial Loom, and then all those divers just showing off. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you on the next vid.